Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW10 versus the new NC10. So I've already talked about the formula of the NW10 back in April, so a wee while ago. So this post is not going to be about the foundation itself because I have not changed my opinion on the foundation. It still sits nicely on my skin and I have no problem with it, but I am going to be talking about the difference in colour because NC10 is a fairly new colour for MAC, and it is definitely the colour that I wish that I bought before I got this one because it suits my skin so much better than this one does. But if you've already got NW10, do you really need to purchase NC10? So a little bit of a background on my skin colour. I have very yellow toned skin and I'm very pale, so if I was to tan I would be an olive skinned girl. So my skin has very yellow undertones, but because I stay out of the sunlight I just look like a pale olive toned person. I guess for MAC it's taken them a little bit of time to create NC10 because I don't really think that the demand is really there. Olive tones people tend to tan quite easily, so therefore they don't really get as pale as me. I am quite pale because I stay out of the sunlight because I'm on acne medication, so I don't want to burn, but I also enjoy being pale too, so that's not a problem either. There are quite a lot of ways to tell what your undertone is. For me it's always been quite obvious because I just look kind of yellow, but I also have really green undertones and I tan really easily. Whereas if you have cool undertones you would have blue veins, pink toned skin, and you wouldn't really tan easily, you'd most likely burn. MAC is also a little bit confusing with the way that they label their products. So NW10 is for cool toned skin, or as I like to think about it, not warm. NC is for warm toned skin, or not cool. I have no idea why they didn't just put warm or cool. NW, not warm, it just blows my mind. But at least the number value is easy to understand. The lower the number is, the lighter the colour will be. My perfect shade match in foundations is NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, which is very pale and very yellow toned. This is the perfect colour for me because then I can contour and highlight if I want to without making my face look too much darker than the rest of my body. So I'm going to show you some swatches and how I apply this foundation. So I'm going to compare NW10, NC10 and NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, which is my perfect colour. NW10 is quite cool toned, whereas I would say that NC10 is more neutral in tone. In comparison to NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, NC10 looks comfortably neutral. However, if I apply NW10 to one side of my face and NC10 to the other, it's very difficult to see the difference in colour. I'm applying NW10 to the right side of my face and NC10 to the left. NC10 looks slightly lighter on my skin, but I don't really think that it is a substantial difference. If you look at my face in comparison to my neck, NW10 does look a little bit cool for me, whereas NC10 does fit better. I do quite like the Studio Fix Fluid and I do think that NC10 fits me better than NW10, but it's not really a perfect colour match for me because it's not really that yellow toned. I would really say that this is quite neutral in tone rather than yellow. However, for me, when they're on their face, the colours are not substantially different enough for me to recommend buying NC10 if you already have NW10, because in New Zealand it is $70. I mean, if you have $70 lying around and you really want NC10 and that's your shade, then go for it. It's not my money. But I kind of regret getting NC10 because it's really it's not different enough on my face. So if your perfect shade is NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, NC10 is going to be a touch too neutral for you. But if you already have NW10 and you find it just a touch too cool tone, then NC10 will probably be a better bet for you if you're wanting to spend the money on it. So do I like NC10? I like it better than NW10, but I don't like it $70 more than the foundation that I already owned. However, if you haven't got either of them and you've got a yellow to neutral toned, NC10 is a great foundation to own, but I would recommend going into MAC and getting a tester pot if you can, just to see if you like the foundation before you splash the money on it. Thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you next time.